it's time for a test. So this is my self-latching chicken door. It's got a spring and a ball in there. When you pull, it opens those calls, it unlocks the sides, the whole thing comes up, and then on the way back down it latches. So there's no fooling with having to lock the door at night. It'll just latch. Just got to look in and see that it's latched. And here's the string right here. So I'll pull on it. There you go. And if I let it back down, it locks. So this is in addition to the main door, which we're going to use in order for the hens to access their new area, which is part of our food forest. So that's around here. So this is their new area, and there's probably almost well over 1,000 square feet here. So here we got gummy berry, and there's a couple hazelnuts, and there's an apple right there, another apple over on the other side. Those are paired with one another. And back here, this area hasn't been developed a whole lot yet, but it's an Asian pear and a red Bartlett over there. And this in here is where that door opens. It's right there. And this is not really meant to protect the hens, as we'll only ever let them out here when we have, we'll only ever let them out here, I guess, when we're at home and out and about in the garden. I erected this guy, and that's a 2x4 mesh on that. It goes right down to the ground. It's like I said, it's not predator proof. Dogs and big animals can't get in. There's lots of overhead protection to prevent hawks and owls and those kind of things from wanting to get down at them. There's lots of places to hide in amongst the fence line, and eventually the food forest trees will be big enough that it'll provide a canopy. Along the front, basically I did a kind of a sustainable fencing model, just pulling stuff from the property, including alders, and alders can be woven like this. There's a few gaps here need to be filled in, but nothing big enough that a hen can get out through. And surprisingly, that fence is only about 4.5 feet tall, but with those little spiky things on the top, it seems hens don't want to fly up there. They only want to fly if they see there's a perch. So if you put kind of verticals in there, they won't try to fly up there unless there's a big enough gap to get in. And that goes all the way along, all the way basically to our driveway over here. And like I said, all under the canopy of the evergreens. I probably need to bulk this guy up a little bit higher, but I've had them in here testing them, and they don't try to get up there. I'm guessing it's because of the verticals. So this woven fence was kind of where I went with it. Originally I was planning on doing kind of this wriggle style fence, but honestly I find that this kind of blends in more with the natural surroundings. So likely I'll take that out of it at some point, but anyway, this is the area fenced in, and it looks pretty good from the road. From the road, you don't even notice that really all of this this woven fence is here, because it's kind of in the shadow of the trees. It's only when you get up very close that you see it there. So now we're going to test. We're going to see if those hens want to come out, but not before we protected stuff. So you might ask the question, how do we protect stuff? Well, trees and stuff really don't need a hell of a lot of protection once they're big. Now, a lot of these trees are at least 2 years old, some of them maybe 3. But honestly, it's really as simple as creating an obstacle. Just having some sticks piled up around like that, around the base of the trees, and some rocks. Just obstacles so they can't scratch really is all you need. If they can't get in there. So like this here is a bunch of old wood, and that just rots and eventually becomes part of the soil mass. But yeah, so that's kind of how you protect stuff. Likewise, like this was rhubarb right here, and now it's just covered in sticks and stuff. The rhubarb grows right on up through it. Likewise, this is rhubarb right here, and rhubarb just grows right on up through it in the spring, but it protects it from the hens when they're in here scratching. So I'm going to test it now. I'm going to open it. I'm going to herd the girls in just to see what happens. Stay tuned. Okay, and just like that, they see a way out. So they're very good at wanting to get out into open space, but they feel protected once they're under things. They always want to investigate. So this is my main gate here. So I'll keep this closed behind me like this, and here they are. So now this is all closed up, and this fence is 5 feet all the way around. Now I have a few hens that can probably jump up on top of that. So what my plan is to, all you need really is just a vertical with a couple of wires along it, and that'll tend to dissuade them from wanting to jump up. But if they got enough things to keep them busy, maybe they'll be okay. So here they are, they're all coming out now and scratching and finding stuff to do, investigating. So I'd say pretty much a success in that door. We got one little shy, one back there still wanting to figure out, okay, do I come out or not? Now we should have 12. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, where is number 12? Well, she's around somewhere. My guess is that she's still inside the room, which I can't see now. So I'm just gonna head around, but I'd say overall success. They'll keep this area clean too, because they'll scratch this trailway access down here for me. And they're going to town here now. There you go. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. I think it's going to work out really well. One last scan around. So it's probably over 1,000 square feet here. Maybe 1,500. All right. See you later. So it's been a couple days now since introducing the hens to the food forest area there, and they seem to be adapting nicely. They're going to run to the door, thinking they're getting as they're here now. But we're going to open up this door instead and let them out. I had another outside door just laid there so I could keep them in. I was doing some work on the door. So I'll go release that. It was a cold night last night. Got down to -4 or something, I think. And now it's kind of a bit frozen out here in places. Here they come. They've been working their area, disturbances, and got these leaves in here for them to move around. Start scratching this stuff up, some old bok choy and things to keep them occupied. They seem like they're really enjoying it. And these sticks and stuff piled up over things that they could potentially destroy seem to be working pretty good, I think, overall. They are destructive little animals, as you know. I'm going to move that guy right there. Any place where I see that there's a potential issue with them digging too much, just throw another obstacle over it, and that seems to work. Alright, I'll let them out today for a little while. I have some coop work to get done. Time to get prepared for winter and close the coop in so that they have a nice warm spot. That's what these panels are for. They'll go on the front there, and I'll just open them then kind of in the daytime when it's nice and sunny like it is here today. Yeah, that's it. That's my update. Chickens in the food forest. Hopefully it goes as planned. I'll give another update later on this summer now, once they've done some disturbance and hopefully deposited some fertilizer for me.